images in my head. I don't know how to cope with this. I'm keeping secrets in my head, or any space you can find. Glad to see that I could help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
Good Sunday to you, boys and girls. It's time for another edition of Butch On Sports. Yes, I am. Simply Butch is here. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Yes, boys and girls. A Sunday of Butch On Sports. Can't get no better than this here. Let's have at it with some sports news on this abbreviated version, of course, here. I'll remind you kids here of that. Probably have more to say than a regular show, but abbreviated version. Detroit Tigers been playing back in the groove since Friday. And yes, they have lost 2 games in a row until today, boys and girls. As the Tigers did show up with their hitting shoes on for 1 inning, sending 11 men to the plate. Jeremy Castellano hit a bases clearing double. Bruce Beckham, he had a 2-run homer. That's during that 7th inning. And the Detroit Tigers finally look respectable, leaving town out of Kansas City. Must have been the Ribs. By a score of 12-8, boys and girls. They got the heck out of there. Harold Castro, he had a pair of hits during the big-time inning. Again, they 11 men to bat in that particular. 11 men to the plate. And they were very aggressive. They were stealing bases, running in certain spots of the count. They were spraying the ball through all fields. And they were being somewhat not shabby at all. You wish I could say that every single game. I did. Brandon Dixon is still doing his thing with the Tigers this year. The best player right now is Brandon Dixon in my reality. I could be wrong, but he seemed to be getting the bigger hits, putting the Tigers in the game, regardless if they lose the lead or whatsoever it may be. He seems to help the Tigers score a whole heck of a lot of runs during this downdraw there. Plus, he's not been there all season long here. Another big reason. Nico Goodwin always, he getting a little better there. I like to see better improvement from him on a more consistent basis there, including all the Tigers for that matter here. He drove in some runs as well. However, this report can't go without Jordan Zimmerman, the pitcher, the starter for the Detroit Tigers. They tried to squeeze him 5 innings, but he only went 4. Why? Because when he went in the 5th inning, he started to give up almost give up the lead to the Kansas City Royals. Yes, they came back and kind of gotten within 1 run. And the Tigers had a ridiculous 8-1 count. That's how it goes with the Detroit Tigers and the pitching staff. It has not been very good at all. Starters are relievers. That's going to be a fun thing this fall and winter. What they do about the pitching. That's going to be really fun. And I don't see any improvement. I don't see no consistency in it. And some adjustments need to be made. You know, these kids, you're holding kids back, and you say you don't want to get them involved right now, but if they're your best, to see this every single game throughout the season and say the fans got to take it. Well, that's another thing in general. Tigers. I kind of looked this up here. During the heyday of 2004 to 2000 and let's say 2014, Tigers averaged 40,000 people in the building. 40,000. That number since then, 14 has went down to a ridiculous 25. To now, that number has reached the all-time low of 19,000 a game on average at Comerica Park. You tell me the fans ain't speaking up here. Tell me. By the way, the trading deadline is near, and I will hope and pray that they keep Shane Green on the roster of the Detroit Tigers. I know he wants to be paid maybe more money and could be allotted that on his performance this year. Well, hopefully they find a way to keep him. They need someone consistent that they can count on. And it seems like this gentleman, since last year, has found the groove. And he's had his peaks and valleys there coming up with the Tigers, and he stayed true to it. Maybe not as on his own recognizance there, but true to it. And right now, he is the best pitcher the Tigers got. Hopefully, they can find some people they can keep and not trade them away, because that will delay the process of seeing a better team out on the field. That's just many people's opinion, not just mine. Moving on, like I said, trading deadline there is slowly near. The Oakland A's, they acquired starting pitcher Homer Bailey from the Kansas City Royals on Sunday, sending prospect Kevin Merrill to the Royals. So the Royals are still trying to do what the Tigers do, trying to build up their staff. Bailey is the starting pitcher. He's doing very well lately here with a 3-1 record, a 3.35 ERA, and 8 starts with the Royals these past. Getting why the going's good. Of course, Boston added Andre Kashner from the Baltimore Orioles on Saturday. So it is near, boys and girls. You're going to see a lot more coming through the bin as far as trades is concerned in the Major League Baseball there. Those hits just keep coming. Hey, tennis was on today. And you saw it. You saw a very good match. I mean, huge and long one. 4 hours and 55 minutes is a long time to be out there beating the heck out of each other with a racket and a ball. But Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer, they did that today here. And they went into some overtime dealings, second to none, and oh Lord. They were beating each other up. I'm glad they are friends. They had this new implemented rule in effect, that on the 5th set, tiebreakers, for the first time at Wimbledon, you got to beat each other's brains out. Djokovic, he was the winner of 3 of those bad boys. In the long overdue 5th set. The first one was 13-12, and that wasn't deuce. So then they had to go through the motions again to play some additional tennis, which brought to the score at 7-3 Djokovic in his final match here. Long one. Pretty doggone good if you're a tennis fan there. Not too many commercials so you can rush to the toilet or maybe go get a bag of chips or something. Right now, former Detroit Lions coach Jim Caldwell, he's going to take a break from his role with the Miami Dolphins and deal with some undisclosed health problems. The team announced that on Saturday. The first-year head coach Brian Flynn hired Caldwell in February to serve as assistant head coach and also a quarterback coach, mainly because they got a new quarterback there. Caldwell will remain with the team for the 2019 season as a consultant. So his role is not going to be somewhat very heavy. He did not mention health display, but the Dolphins did say that our focus is on Jim's health and supporting him in every way we can. Flores said at the team site, with the knowledge and experience, Jim has been an invaluable member of our coaching staff and will continue to serve as a soundboard for me throughout the season. Now, Caldwell is 64 years old. He's expected to take a large role in developing the first-round draft pick, Josh Rosen, who many believe is a very good quarterback when he's trained properly there. Dolphins got him in May and during the draft. And by the way, Caldwell has 17 years of NFL experience, either as a assistant head coach or a quarterback coach. Many remember him being in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning. Also a good offensive coach as well as the head coach. He's had all those titles, Jim Caldwell. We wish him well in getting healthy. Legendary St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame pitcher Bob Gibson is also battling pancreatic cancer. News came through his agent. His agent is named Dick Zingman. And he told some newspapers, including the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, that Gibson was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer several weeks ago and had been hospitalized in Omaha, Nebraska for the past 2 weeks. Gibson also sent a letter to the Living Hall of Fame members informing them of his diagnosis and also a report he's expecting to begin chemotherapy on Monday. So we wish him well in his fight of recovery here. It's no joke out here right now. People have to go through it. Everybody needs all the support you can get there. And talking about making subjects kind of, the WWE. By the way, they got wrestling going on tonight in WWE. We'll talk about that hopefully in a wee bit there. Some things that's going on. It's called Extreme Rules here. WWE entertainer Jeff Hardy, he was arrested on Saturday for public intoxication there. The pro wrestler, he was taken into custody by Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, after police responded to a call by an intoxicated person. According to Myrtle Beach Police Department, Hardy was arrested around by 11 a.m. that morning. Myrtle Beach Captain Thomas Vest told Florence ABC's affiliate WPDE of the information when they picked him up. Hardy's about 41 years old. He's been associated with the WWE. He's been sidelined with some injuries for several months right now. That he hasn't been on telly. WWE released a statement to the media outlet saying Hardy is responsible for his own actions, which means he's in deep doo with the WWE. after some things passed, that's including the night where they may answer to Hardy and his conduct here. Hardy has been for years a mainstay with his brother Matt as the Hardy Boys tag team ensemble there. And they ain't no joke. They have been great entertainers when they're both together and not injured, But Jeff Hardy, per se, he's been in more histories than that. Both Hardy's boys, matter of fact, been in history of substance abuse and some other arrests. For instance, Jeff's dad is 2009. He got caught up with prescription pills, anabolic steroids, some drug paraphernalia. The list goes on and on and on there. And he had to spend 10 days in prison, paid a humongous amount of money in fines, 6 figures that is. In 2011, arrested again for drunk driving. The list is on and on and on. Then last year he was in a car crash in Concord, North Carolina there. Now he's known for his death-defying stunts, him and his brother, The Boot. And he's been in the WWE through 98 through 2003. He left for the WCW. And him and his brother both got together with some characterization there. Great line of work they was doing there. They kept that going for a good while. Then Impact Wrestling to boot. They were both had some time on there, and also TNA as well. Before they came back to the WWE, that's when TNA was going through some huge changes and about ready to defunct as the WWE was trying to buy them off. I don't know that deal ever went through. However, in 2017, the Hardy Boys came back to the WWE as in a WrestleMania, matter of fact. Surprised everybody. Outdoors. A good one. And won the title that night at WrestleMania. Everybody was super surprised. They hadn't been in WWE so long. You figure people forget you, but you make one of them special appearances. Really, things hit the fan. I will never forget when Shane McMahon came back on WWE's premise when I was at Joe Louis Arena that night. That particular night, no one would ever thought that Shane McMahon would come back to WWE, and he has been gone at that point in time for a good humongous amount of years, over 10 years and some change. And I was there sitting there, wasn't expecting a doggone thing at the beginning of the show, and Shane McMahon came out, and the applause. The show starts 15 minutes before it goes on the air, so they can make sure mistakes were made. But if you saw the original version of this particular there, the applause went on for 15 minutes before Vince McMahon and his daughter could say anything on in the ring there, as they were there first before Shane McMahon was, abruptly came out to the fans of Joe Louis there. That was something special there. Getting into history here. Finally, before we split on Sundays, a version of Butch On Sports. The trades this week were so much humongous. Some of them were not surprises. Some of them were, and as as a habit of doing, I don't really care. Because things are going to be going on now for the next 2 months as far as trades, signings, surprises. The list goes on and on and on before the actual hoopla of the NBA starts in late October. So I don't get all that hoopla and say who's going to win, who got the better team and all, because people are just getting started. The Russell Westbrook deal. Everybody thought Detroit and maybe some other teams like the Celtics, the Clippers. No one thought of Chris Paul being already disgruntled in Houston, wanting to leave earlier this particular year before any draft or anything was talked about. Matter of fact, at the end of the season, supposed to be him and James Harden just can't get along, or they was in some disagreement for him, which was something that was very true. And they made up and everything is fine. There was nothing done. Some said Chris Paul had a little thing, which I never saw, saying everything is cool and I don't want to leave Houston. Things behind closed doors. And the Westbrook trade come to Westbrook and Harden are back together again. Now, again, there are going to be some more deals made that some teams are going to look very much so very comfortable that you don't think. So, hey, enjoy the ride. That's what I say. Enjoy the ride. Because 10 times out of a dozen of donuts, Chris Paul is going to get traded again. There's somebody valuable in Chris Paul reality right now. Because I don't think he wants to be with Oklahoma City, knowing that they have personally announced they're trying to get rid of everybody. I wish somebody, the Pistons, go get Adams there. That's a pretty good doggone center. That would be a deal here that would help the Pistons, not hurt them. Someone in there for Blake Griffin. And hold their own. That would be a good deal. That'd be a good deal indeed. That's what I would like to see. So like I said, Bradley Beal or someone, someone who's going to give an instant impact of the goodies that can be dealt with the Detroit Pistons. I tell you. Well, with that saying here, we're done with the Sunday edition of Butch On Sports here. Butch On Sports can always be heard on Facebook, boys and girls. Go to Butch On Sports on Facebook. Maybe give me a like if you want to be a friend. Hey, maybe tell me Butch On Sports you want to catch up with the goodies, and I'll hook you on up there. You can also go to Podomatic.com. Type in SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.Podomatic.com and you can get to that spot. Or Butch On Sports on at Podomatic. Okay. Plain and simple. When you go to the site, type in what you want. Okay. Also, you can go to popbean.com and go to the Game Sports Show. You'll find a smorgasbord of the shows, the game, that I'm also included on Monday nights. Okay. Around about 7:30, I'd say 6:30. Maybe 20 till 7, I'll go on the air and talk trash for about an hour and some change, 20, 30 minutes, maybe longer. Hey, go to that site and check it on out as well there, popbean.com, the game show, .popbean.com. Got Nathan, Dave McKay, and also E.J. Russell on that show tomorrow. Hey, check it on out, 6 o'clock. Again, some news we'll give you on the new arrangements is going to be made for us on the Game Sports Show there. Hey, I'm done. Have a great Sunday, boys and girls. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions there.